Bleeding is a mechanic that affects your dinosaur directly. It doesn't deal damage at all, but it will instantly kill you if it reaches 0%. A lot of dinosaurs' attacks deal bleed, such as bites, kicks, pounce, and even drops. Some attacks deal more bleed than others, so it's good to be aware of them, especially if your opponent is this guy. You really don't want to get hit by that. The bleed basically has 3 phases: hit value, slowing down, and healing. You start with 100% blood in you. That value will drop depending on the bleed amount that you received. The more attacks you suffer, the stronger the bleed value will be. But with time, that value will slowly decrease until it stops dropping. A heal sign will appear, meaning that you started the healing process back to 100% blood. If you suffer another attack in this stage, you will continue to bleed again. The bleed system works together with weight and bite force. The more weight you have, the bigger your blood pool, and the stronger your bite force, the more you do bleed. This means that heavier dinosaurs have an advantage in the system, having much more blood to spend than a poor 130 kilo Drylo. You can see the difference here. The same attack makes the Dilo lose much more blood than the Diablo, because the Diablo is way more heavier than the Dilo. If you're playing a smaller dinosaur, keep that in mind. Here's how you see your bleed. This icon will appear when you suffer an attack that deals bleed damage. You can hover your mouse in it to see the exact percentage, but it's not so necessary. When your bleed starts reducing too much, you will start to hear a heartbeat sound, and your screen will become black. This is the exact moment where you die, because your bleed was simply too strong and reached 0%. It is an instant death. There are certain things that also affects how the bleed works. Here are some of them. Moving too much will cause your bleeding to double the speed it drops. The less you move, the better are your chances to heal it before it reaches a critical state. Running and trotting will make your bleed 2 times faster. But you can still walk and use alt attacks just fine. Sitting will reduce your bleeding value by 50%, and also speeds up the healing phase, making you go back to 100% much quicker. Mud pools are a great way to reduce the bleeding value as well, by 50%. You may need to keep applying it if it's not enough for you to start healing. Receiving additional damage will open your wound again. And I'm sure you thought about it, and yes, covering yourself in mud and sitting will make it much better. In fact, it will stop the bleeding completely, allowing you to heal just fine. Low stamina, health, food, or water will make your bleeding slow phase to be much slower. You will bleed for longer, and this can be extremely dangerous because it can stack. There is no threshold for this one. It counts percentage per percentage of your stats, so make sure to keep them as high as possible. The DOTS diet has a bleed regen property, and it also increases your bleed resistance if you combo it with the S diet. It's a good way to be a little more tanky. There is also a mutation that helps with bleeding, the epidermal. The bleed value is the same across all species if they have the same weight, which in this case is 1,300 kilo, unless you're a Ceratops. And to understand why, check this video right here.